Welcome. It's Psychic Tuesday, and I'm your guide, Sweet Bee. Let's get into it. We're going to start with some of the astrology at the top. We have a number of things, a number of conjunctions that we sort of rode this wave right into today. And let me tell you, um, it's been a pretty bumpy ride. And I got to say, it was funny because in the last 10 days, I broke my tooth. My knee is out, my shoulder's hurting me, and I'm like, "Hide at home, B, hide at home." And so it's intense energy, and all these little injuries, minor injuries, are just reminding me to stay home. At any rate, let's get into it. We're going to start with messages for all 12 signs, sun, moon, rising. You can read all three to get your full message for the next 7 days. And so we're going to start with Aries. And you've got Mars, Sun. So you got Mars, Mercury, and Chiron going on there. Mars coming to your sign is going to have a huge influence over the next 2 years for you, Aries. Lots of action moving forward. The word that comes to mind, though, is play, therapies, healing, patience, balance, balance with work, balance with opportunities, and remember taking time to play. Okay. And then I've got Tauruses, Sun, Moon, Rising. We've got Jupiter and Uranus and Venus and the Sun in your sign. A whole bunch of action going on there for you, Tauruses. And really coming to terms with your values and how you're being valued and who values you. And maybe you're seeing the light in things around people. And the word that comes to mind for you this next 7 days is flexibility. Having to be flexible with your plans, flexible with it's not the time to use the word never or ever. It's the time to be really flexible. And I feel like it's all around your values and being valued, and people will show themselves to you. Gemini, Gemini, the word that comes to you is honesty, and it's going to be around honesty with yourself, honesty with your progress, honesty with others, authentically you. How do you honestly be you in certain situations? How are you going to really honestly look at even your shadow side, things going on for you? And this is, and you really want honesty from others, and you could have some pretty intimate, deep, honest conversations coming up the next 7 days, really bringing forward a vulnerability for you that could be quite profound. Then I go into Cancerians, my little crabs, and connections. It's all about your connections this next 7 days. And you are the connector. You could be bridging people together. You could be event planning, bringing opportunities, bringing things to people who need them and people to things who have them. And so I feel like you're the connector, and your connections are going to prove to be very valuable. And you could find that you could be recognized, you could be honored by, you could be tapped on the shoulder and asked to kind of come over and be part of a team even. And so your connections and you being the connector are going to be really strong for you little Cancerians over the next 7 days. Leos, the word creativity comes up, and this is really actually a strong suit. And I mean, yeah, I could be talking about scrapbooking, but I don't know that I mean painting or scrapbooking. I could mean around creative ideas for parties, for events, creative ideas at work, creative ways of communicating, creative ways of getting your name out there, creative ways of showing up, creative ways of addressing any situations that have been going on around you. And this is going to be a real time for you to come up with some creative ideas, creative initiatives. You just got to build a little team around you to help you implement some of this stuff, Leos, and you're good at that. So creativity is going to be your superpower for sure. And then I've got our Virgos. And, Virgos, the word that comes to mind is kindness and being kind and being patient, kind to yourself mostly, because boy, you guys are hard on yourself a lot. And so kind to yourself, which means being patient. You don't have to be perfect. You can be kind to And you might find real healing in just being randomly kind. You could be generous, kind, volunteer your time, efforts, feel like you're in service to go the extra mile for, or go over and above at your job, and find that you are your kindness is going to be reciprocated to you, which is all you really want, isn't it, Virgos? Yeah, I thought so. Now, Libras, you got the south node of karma that you're wrapping up in your sign, and that last couple of eclipses in Aries and Libra are pretty powerful for you. And so, challenges, I mean, you're being called to address challenges, you're being called to problem solve, you're being called to rise up to challenges. You're being called to shed things that have presented challenges or blocks or obstacles or mounting pressures, like those challenges for you. Uh, you might be ready to pull up your bootstraps, so to speak, and really, really march towards them and really take them head on. You could be really thinking about how to take some of these challenges head on. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by your challenges, hey, I'm going to send you a grandma hug from Grandma B. Okay? All right, Libra. Scorpios, the word is love. And, and this is not a light word with you, Scorpios. This is pretty intense sort of language around you guys. If I think of the word love, I would think about all things you love, all things about being loved, all things around who you love, how you're loved, how that love is reciprocated, your languages of love. And this could be a hot topic over the next 7 days. You could be even drawing boundaries around love. But remember, no matter what happens, Scorpio, do it through love. Right, that was pretty good. Mars and Pluto, both your ruling planets, really have a lot of Aries energy to it, and healing wounds around love, healing wounds for you, and that can include even just agape love, family love, romantic love, all those kinds of things, friendship love, and being loved, and that you are so lovable. Remember that. Okay, Scorps. Sagittarians, this next 7 days is around perseverance. And every time I feel that word, I feel like it's like, okay, I'm dragging my knuckles to the end of the week. No, don't live paycheck to paycheck. Not in that idea, not in that idea of perseverance. It's about sticking to your plan, sticking to your goals, sticking to your boundaries, sticking to your word, sticking to what you really wanted, and not and persevering in that, staying disciplined in that, staying focused on that. And really, to me, perseverance is about really clearing up your priorities. So if you're a Sag going, I don't know, I need some clarity, I'm going to say persevere on your priorities. And that could be really simple as like paying my rent, going to work, staying out of trouble. Those could be fitness routines, workout routines, new places you want to go have coffee, all those kind of wonderful things. Okay. But persevere with things that are close to your heart. All right. Not about dragging your knuckles to payday. All right. Capricorns. The word that kept coming up for around you guys was acceptance. Now, that's a really powerful word, because acceptance is the final stages of grief, right? And it's that acceptance where we are able to move on through loss, move on from whatever those losses, letting goes, surrendering, shedding, purging, purifying, whatever you've been going through there, you're really shedding. You got a powerful new moon and full moon coming up in about a month or 6 weeks that you're just gearing up for. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a time for you around your own acceptance and self acceptance. And you could even be accepting new roles. You could be accepting new opportunities. You could be accepting new responsibilities. You could find acceptance in other people around you and family. Maybe learning to accept yourself, everything in the end. But um, acceptance is going to be a big piece for you. Like accepting, I always feel like it's a word with no conditions. You've accepted it. You've agreed to whatever those conditions are. Remember that. Aquarius. Wow, you got Pluto in your sign. That, boy, what are you doing with all this power right now, huh? It feels like super energy. And this could really lend into the word I kept getting for you was grace. Now, grace, like your goodwill, being courteous, being chatty, being outgoing, maybe friendly, maybe reaching out, um, kind of getting out there, giving people the grace and really seeing people in their vulnerability and being really courteous. And, it'd be nice to have a few of those Aquarians out there spreading goodwill in the public eye, like when we're on the bus or we're in that public space. And that's where maybe you can find your unique quirkiness and beauty. Maybe you should go googly eye a whole bunch of stuff in community, or maybe leave a bunch of ducks in places. You feel sneaky and happy and kind of creative and artistic and a little kooky at the same time. And I feel like that'll feed your energy and really bring in that beautiful medicine and energy for you. And then finally, we get to Pisces, not last, for sure, not least, last, but certainly not the least, but Pisces, Saturn, Neptune, you got the North Node coming, perspective, points of view. You could be tapped on the shoulder to counsel, guide, resolve, mediate, hold space for people really emoting. You could have a lot of energy coming from like that empath, and you could be just fired up and feeling absolutely everything and everyone going on around you, and feeling like your point of view is really important. It might be really called on, and know when to give it. This is a time in this week to temper your point of view, to temper um, that, and to temper other people's point of view, right? Don't take other people's opinions personally. It's their opinion and they own it solely. Let them have it. Yeah, never take that on, believe me. And don't take on words of, like, people come and share words of other people, whether it's for a referral or they're bashing them. Don't take other people's words. Really find your own perspective. It will be great medicine for you this week. You can find me at bernicebissonpsychic.com. I'm on Facebook only. I have no other social media. You can find me through Bernice Bisson Psychic. I do post a collective reading for the next 7 days, and I use all kinds of fantastic tools, as you see behind me. And I try to switch it up every week and use a new tool. And we do a fun little practice. So if you like to do that, and you can join me, hey, it doesn't cost anything. And it'll be the best few minutes that you've spent maybe in the week. So I hope you enjoy. All right, we're going to get to our first caller. And we have Gwendolyn in Amherst. Gwendolyn.
Hi.
Hello, my name is Bernice Bisson, and I'm here in service to you today. We have a few minutes. What can I be? Where can I help you?
Well, there's someone in my life that's struggling with, jail and alcohol and his family
Okay.
and stuff. And
Okay, let me go back to that for a second. Okay, keep them in your mind, keep them in your heart. We're going to work with that energy a little bit, and we're going to get into it. If you tell me too much, then I'm not doing my job, you know? And so now, what's the day and month of your birthday?
August 17th.
Okay, and do you know their birthday, just day and month?
I think it's 11. Not sure.
Okay, November? Is that what you're telling me? Sometime in November?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So I want to say a few things. So I'm going to say
Oh, 14.
Oh, okay. So they're November 14th. Is that what I heard from you? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Thank you. Let's get into it, my beautiful little Leo. I'm just going to work with your birthdays, and I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to talk about things coming up around you over the next while, how to help, how to not help, all those kinds of things. I feel like struggles around addictions maybe are not new, and that there could have been conversations in the past that you had, and that you might be coming to a place where your hand could be forced I wanted to say there is this woman who passed away. There's two women. There's woman like a mother figure, and there's another woman who was a young woman. I don't know. These two ladies show up in my mind and spirit around you. And I want to say a couple of things. Butterflies will be an important, beautiful image. I want to
Mm-hmm.
say people struggling with mental health and addictions and physical pain also shows up with some of that. And that I feel like there could have been some really difficult conversations in the last, even, since this time last year or the last few months, last few days. You're at maybe the kind of
Mm-hmm.
the third time in, the few time in having this conversation. I feel like you have your capacity to love and find some creative ideas for this person is really big. You're motivated, but you're also feeling like I can't take it. Like I can't keep doing this. And so I feel like there could be some real benefit into maybe even reaching out to supports for yourself. That could be, Al Anon, that kind of thing, supports for yourself to strengthen some of the resolve you
Mm-hmm.
might need around this person. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to keep going a little bit because I have a few messages that keep popping up in my brain. And then I feel like there is some really wonderful news around a pregnancy. And someone's going to be mentioning this pregnancy within about 5 months. I don't think it's very far away. I feel like there's a little girl showing up in family. And I feel like you'll know within the next 5 months or so about the pregnancy. It seems to show up around you. There's also some travel. It feels like at least a day's drive. You're going to know about this within 3 months. And I feel like you've got this day's drive possibly to another state, I imagine, or another. Um, and I feel like you're really happy to do it because it feels like you'll have a bit of flexibility and freedom. And that might be a real thing for you right now, is not really having maybe flexibility and freedom, and that you could feel very obligated to people's needs. And
Mm-hmm.
um, there's also something around finances, and I just feel like you're going to go, I'm sick of it and I'm taking charge, or I'm sick of it and I'm coming with a hard plan. And I feel like there's something around your money, or money that you'll manage, that you'll have very specific goals in mind around cleaning up some finances, getting them really sorted. And you're like, sometimes people will go like, I feel like you're going to save every dollar bill in a jar, like you're going to put as much as you can or hang on to as much as you can. And I do think that there is some good news, particularly come September, around monthly income, like regular income, like not chunky money is what I'm getting at. It's not like a lotto win, but I feel like
Mm-hmm.
starting in the fall, there is an increase to your income in the hundreds of dollars. I almost want to say, I hope it's 900. It could be 600. But there's something about um, money that's improving quite a bit come the fall. I feel like that feels really good. What slows down, or feels like it's been slowed down, you take charge in the next 5 weeks into the end of June. And then come fall, I feel like your income really starts to pick up. And so, or get solidified. I do feel that you're going to do some running around for someone, and it could be like doctor's appointments. It could be back and forth for tests. It could be, and what's kind of ironic is, although that goes on around you, there's also something about maybe, I don't know, a leg, your knee, someone's leg. Okay, that wasn't helpful, but sorry. But um, like, I don't know, if your knee winds up stiffening up on you, or you wind up having this weird leg thing going on, I feel like it's almost like spirit telling you to move on, like keep going, keep trucking, my friend. Like just keep putting one foot in front of the other. As tough as things have might have felt, I really see you successfully getting through something. And I'm going to say this, and you can love me or hate me, whether you, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Um, there's something about you making decisions about men in your life, or two men in your life, or a man in your
Yes.
life. And yeah. And if I think about your two decisions around men, I'm going to say one feels like they have lots. Again, I'm again with love because I'm sending love, but I feel like one really plays you in terms of like narcissism, or plays you and you're just like, because you're trauma bonded in some weird way, or you feel like, and then the other one, I feel like, I don't know, are you really interested? Is there really interest? Is there, I don't know, a deepening of something that is blocked, or maybe you're blocking it. Maybe you're like, I don't know about this one. And so um,
Yeah.
I feel that's okay. And I'm going to say, give it time, my girl. Give it time. Don't rush into trying to lock something down, because I'm going to tell you, just based on my little lioness, your birthday, there's going to be a retrograde of Pluto. Now, why is this important? B? What are you even talking about? Well, this is what I'm talking about. There's going to be the retrograde of Pluto, and it shows up because your sun is in Leo. I'm going to go across from you in Aquarius, which is that seventh house in a partnership. And if I think of that, power struggles, old power struggles, having to go over old power struggles. And I'm just going to say someone's not really available, and and I feel like someone's not really available, and you're going to have to make a choice. And I even feel like by your birthday, okay?
Mhm.
I want to go with the one that just give it time and space, not the one that you're really challenged by, okay? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Thanks.
yeah, the one that I'm really challenged by, you say?
Yeah. Yeah. You might have to know when to say when,
Okay.
okay? And it's okay, because I feel like you got to take care of yourself first, my girl. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Gwendolyn. Grandma hug. All right. All right, Jenny. I've got Jenny. All right, Jenny. What? I'm Bernice Bisson. I'm here in service to you today. How can I help you?
I would like to connect, if you can, to my mom.
I'm sorry, I did not catch. Can you just one more time say that for me?
I would like to connect to my mom.
I still didn't. I'm sorry. I did not. It feels like it keeps cutting out, and I think I
I would
caught
like to
half one
connect
word.
with my mom.
Oh, you want to connect with your mom? Okay. Well, I'll do my best. I got about 5 minutes, maybe, but I will do my best. Think of your mom. Bring her to mind. Bring her in your mind. Okay. I want to say, um, there's a first. I'm going to just spew out a few letters in my mind. The first few letters that show up in mind, there's a J, A, E, an H, and an M. I'm not sure the order. The second thing that shows up in my mind is that your mom is pointing out the responsibility on your shoulders with family still, and a rift or split that you have to bring people together, or that there's in light of her passing, in light of her death, that you may have to bring people together, that there is the forced move, or a move of someone that I feel like there could be a rift or split. and she seems to show up because you call her, you talk to her, like your name's called, she's called. And I feel like there's been also some concerns with a young, like a kid. Okay, you're a kid, but not her kid. I mean, another kid. And so um, there could be some concerns with a younger woman or girl, like a younger girl. I'm going to say girl because I almost feel
Yeah,
like
I have a little girl.
your little girl. Thank you for that. I'm just trying to pull her in because I want. Okay, she told me to shut up. Okay, I'm going to keep talking. Let me keep going. She mentions about writing with your little girl, writing letters to her or writing a letter to her like you're going to mail it. I know it sounds like a weird thing to do. And I feel like she says, put some flower seeds in it. And that there could be a surprise pregnancy, or where there's been loss, there's going to be another birth. Where there's been loss, there's birth. Is all I kind of keep hearing. That the image of your little girl, if I think of a little girl, there's something about sunshine and that she's sunshine. And that there's also a D name living in the living that also shows up. I know you're Jenny. Hello, Jenny. But there's also that you've been really maybe struggling with letting go or grieving. And I feel like I would almost like put her pictures up and build like a little shrine and have her and talk to her every day. She shows me an angel ornament. I don't know. Maybe it's just an ornament or statue or something. And I feel like, and let your little girl play with her stuff. Let your little girl like connect. I don't know. It could be just like costume jewelry. I don't think it's real. And that.
Yeah, named after her.
I'm sorry.
My little girl is named after my mom.
Oh, okay. And that there's a man in your family. There's two men I'm supposed to talk about. And I feel like all one wanted was a hug. And when you see him, you've got to give him a big hug, big bear hug. That's all I can help you with. Okay? Okay. Thank you. And thank you for coming into my show, Bernice Bisson Psychic. You can find me at bernicebissonpsychic.com. And you can find my collective readings every Tuesday and join me for Psychic Tuesday here at A1R Psychic Radio. Thank you, and we'll see everyone in 7 days.